And I can open your eyes.
Ay, how open.
And take you wonder by wonder.
And that's how we got demonetized. Oh, we don't even make money out of it.
So damn it, there goes all the money. We went from 0
to negative
20. 25.
Yo!
Alright. What's up, dudes and dudettes, homies, and
I don't know.
I don't say so.
And ladies.
So this is now what, episode 3 of our little podcast experiment. What we're doing.
Fuck, sorry. It's because when you
The
moved
fuck
the.
are you?
It's because you moved the.
Sorry,
It's fine.
I brought back flashbacks. I'm sorry.
No, Daddy, no. What? Nothing.
So yeah, episode 3 now. Last time obviously we talked about Detective Pikachu. And now we're gonna stay on the nostalgia train.
But that's all we have.
Because that's pretty much all that's going on right now. But we're gonna stay on the nostalgia train and now talk about Aladdin. If you couldn't tell by my little song in the beginning. So yeah, Aladdin, the live action version now just came out yesterday.
Which today's the 25th.
Saturday the 25th. Came out yesterday, the 24th of May. And I got to go see it last night.
Of course.
I had to. If you didn't know by now. I'm a huge Disney fan, especially when it comes to these movies. And
I can't honestly, like, I've been trying to look for it and I can't remember really.
Remember what?
The movie.
You haven't what?
I can't remember it.
Dude.
That's why I've been trying to watch it again, just to be like.
Well, why didn't you tell me? I would have brought it.
Oh shit, you have
I had it, dude.
I have the VHS.
Nah, bro.
But
I got the Blu-ray, man. Don't worry.
So sad. I don't have to be impressed or like kind of sad.
What?
That I just have the VHS like as a kid.
I mean, it's not sad. It's a good thing to have the VHS. I still have my box of VHSs, all the Disney ones that I had too.
It's just like.
But the problem is, I don't have a VCR.
Well, I have one, but it's
even then, I don't have any of the TV. Well, actually, one of my TVs has it, but the 3 AVI components for it.
Yeah, that's
the
why they sell
connectors.
an adapter.
Mm-hmm. Too many adapters, dude. There's too much of that. Too many wires everywhere. Anyways, yeah, came out yesterday, and being, I guess, a big fan of the original one, I think Aladdin's always been. Huh? I got really pissed. No. Being a big fan of the original one, Aladdin, for me, Aladdin and The Lion King were always my 2 favorite animated films from Disney. And it honestly lived up to it.
Did it?
And I was honestly very, very happy with it.
Will Smith, though.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, so, I know everyone's been, like, skeptical about Will Smith being the genie.
Like, I wouldn't mind it, but it's because...
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. Everyone's like going into thinking like there's no way that you can beat Robin Williams, which is true. You can't beat Robin Williams as Genie, but that's the thing. He doesn't try to beat it. He honestly does it his own way, his own character. It's like literally the Fresh Prince.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. Cause like I don't like not to be like I don't like the new how he is now, like Will Smith. Like he's not as.
No, it's like.
I think the last good thing he did was Men in Black 2.
No, it's honestly like the Fresh Prince meets Blue Genie. Oh, like that's what it is. He brought back like that good 90s funny shit that he used to do in the Fresh Prince, and he put that into this character.
That was my only thing. I was
like it's funny Will Smith. It's good Will Smith.
Like okay, before the kids.
Before he's doing all the kid like all that stuff. But no, like it was really good. I was honestly
still a good rapper. I'm just kidding. I've never been.
He raps in it.
On what's the song called?
Friend Like Me.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it because it's also.
He does a verse in it where he like kind of has a little rap. It wasn't part of the original song. I recognized it. I was like, that wasn't in there. But
also, they do like all the classic songs too.
They do all the classic ones, all the ones that you hear in the original one. But there's also like I think 2 songs that they added into it that wasn't in the original animated. Oh. And they're not bad. They're good songs. The only issue I had with the songs was, you can kind of tell. Like I mean, obviously they obviously use the playback. They don't use the actual live. But there's like you can kind of tell. Like I guess in the first song, what's it called? Why is it? Why can't I think of it now? One Jump. The song that Aladdin sings in the very beginning of the film when he's going through the streets.
That's all I wanted to watch. Which also like fucking like they can find it streaming anyway. Damn it, Disney Plus, get here now. Like I didn't want it.
You still got like 5 months for that.
Like
one.
I still didn't want it like right away, but I was just like, okay, like now that all this shit coming up, it's because like with all the movies coming up, you're like, oh, fuck, I don't know, like rewatch everything, but I'm just like, fuck, they can't. Netflix doesn't have it. Prime, you have to rent it.
No one's gonna have it, dude.
I wasn't gonna spend like $3 on renting.
That's like one of their like. According to them,
What's
I guess they're vault movies, so they only release it every so often.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid though.
It's kind of dumb, but it's not dumb actually. It's a good marketing thing.
Well, yeah, but like every time they released it, it's like
because every time they release
Diamond
it,
Edition
exactly.
Bullshit. Like what's next?
That's why.
I don't pay $20
That's
again.
smart on their part because they're like, oh, we only release it every so often, and we change the
or just go to
we change the cover art, and boom, people buy it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
the guy that bought Tron 3 times.
Tron.
This is my favorite Disney movie.
You bought Tron 3 times?
Yeah, because I like the original one a lot.
How did you feel about the remake?
The part 2?
Yeah.
It's actually good. Because it's actually a continuation. Same thing with the cartoon series. Love the cartoon series. Elijah Wood did a good job. The voice is Tron. Well, not Tron, the new program. But it's an 80s movie, which is fucking amazing. I still love that movie. And then it's the cartoon, and then the new one.
The thing I liked about Tron was the music.
Oh,
the remake, all the Daft Punk score that they did.
I liked that it just only.
It was awesome.
That was the best part because they only let Daft Punk do the whole thing.
Bruh.
Not like, oh, different DJs. Like, no, it was just
Daft Punk.
That
was the best part of that movie. I think that was really the only reason I wanted to watch the movie. The score, like that had me hooked on the entire thing.
Nah, just because
I liked the movie, but like when I heard like the score for that movie, I was like, oh man, it's so good, so good.
Yeah, but I did buy it 3
no,
times.
but anyways, I mean that's a good thing on their part. It's a marketing move.
Yeah, it's a marketing.
You can't hate on them for being smart and knowing that they have movies that people want to buy. But in order, it's obviously when you release a movie, people don't buy. Especially now, people don't buy movies that often anymore.
Well, it's because I think if you have to be a fan of something to buy it, like a hardcore hobby.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's why. But like everything that's so often will buy a movie, but like,
yeah. But it has to be. I think it's because like now I guess our age having kids, except us because we're cool, because we pull out names strong.
Oh, God.
Just kidding. Or maybe I have kids I don't fucking know anymore.
Safe sex, kids. Practice safe sex.
When in doubt, always pull out. Don't be a fool. Grab your tool. Sometimes twice. Not twice. No.
Anyway,
but they're buying
that's
it to
a concern.
Like, that's like
Anyways,
they're buying it to show like their kids or like this is good Disney, which I love Disney like back in like when it was really like kind of racist and all propaganda, which is hilarious. The propaganda is the best thing. Like that's like have you seen like if you see all the first movies they have like in the 50s to the 70s, like all the dads that are like. But if you see like they don't have a dad in there, it's because all the animators and writers were actually fighting the war, so they just other people finished for them. So that's when it became like early propaganda.
Yeah, well, I
that's
remember
why Donald tried
they
to commit
started off
suicide.
doing like all the cartoons for World War II and whatnot. That's what it started us.
Which they like, I want to see if they're gonna put that in Disney Plus. They're not.
Probably not. I highly doubt that, dude.
Come on, like Donald tried to commit suicide twice in those cartoons.
They're not gonna do it.
And one of them he was a Nazi.
Of course, poor Donald. He always gets the shit into the stick.
He never wears pants, so it's my hero.
Mickey never wears a shirt.
Yeah, but like bottomless party.
Okay. Anyways,
back to Aladdin.
No, back to Aladdin. No, I really, really liked it. I thought Will Smith was really, really funny as a genie. I liked the way he did the character. There's like a couple extra characters in the film that weren't in the animated one. That I really liked.
Did anybody like repick their roles?
What do you mean?
Like, did the voices for like again?
Oh, no.
No, because like for example, like I know like Lion King coming up, like some of them are already taking the role.
Yeah, like well, James Earl Jones is reprising his role as Mufasa in that one, but I think he's the only one. Everybody else is new. But yeah, same thing. I mean, in this one, because it's live action, it's not like Lion King where it's all animals. This one's like actually people. So I thought the casting was good.
That's what I was gonna look for.
Like I like the casting. It's basically a new faces.
Which is good.
Naomi Scott, the girl from Power Rangers, the one that plays Kimberly in the Power Rangers, the new movie Power Rangers, she's the one that plays Princess Jasmine. She's the one that plays Princess Jasmine. Yeah. And I know there was a lot of controversy around that because people didn't like that they didn't pick not the remake one, not the original one. Dude, Amy Jo Johnson, you're right. She's old.
She was but she was the lesbian ranger.
What? No, that was the other one, dude. Yeah, she was a pink one. Yeah. But no, I know there was a lot of controversy around that one because everyone didn't like the fact that they didn't pick an Indian girl who was the Indian ethnicity to play the character.
They always do that on every fucking movie. Is that way?
Yeah. But I mean, I thought she did a good job. I actually really liked her as a character. The one I kind of had a hard time actually believing at first. He had me more towards the end, but at the beginning was the guy that played Aladdin. His name is something Musad. I don't know how to say it. Mina Masad. Yeah. I didn't. He doesn't. The beginning, I didn't like the way he started off in the movie, but I think like more towards the middle section of the film, the second act of it is kind of when like I was more sold on him actually being Aladdin. Like it was just weird. I didn't really like the way he was playing the character in the beginning. And then just the way they portrayed him, because like it's kind of weird. I know it's like a little nitpicky thing, but his hair was bothering me, and with his hat, like the hat was huge that they had in the beginning, and with his hair, it looked weird. But towards the end, his hair was shorter and the hat was smaller. I was trying to look for a picture. So, that was the weird part. Oh, whoa! So that's a weird hat. Yeah, like that's like the kind of I know it's the dumb thing to nitpick at, but that was the one thing like, I really didn't like. That had a hard time like getting used to him in the movie. But like you've seen the movie, it's not spoilers, but when towards the part when like he grabs the genie and they makes a wish to become the prince and everything, he had me more on there. Like it made more sense. But overall like the casting wasn't bad. The guy that plays Jafar was kind of weird too. I think they could have found someone that's probably a little bit more villainous. I wasn't fully sold on him being the villain. Yeah,
I'm looking at pictures, and I think the guy who played Jafar by himself without the makeup looks more villainous than.
Well, probably because he looked kind of weird. Like I don't know. His at first he didn't have the long beard too, which kind of pissed me off. He had just like this, like kind of like how we have ours. He didn't have just the long beard that goes down to his chin, which I didn't like. I really thought that would have added to the character. It would. But I mean, overall, it wasn't too bad. The only thing that I actually really didn't like about the movie was the ending.
It doesn't end like the original?
It doesn't end like the original. Not the climax of it. Oh. So like that was like I was waiting for it. Like more, I was waiting for it to like that whole part where Jafar becomes a snake to happen. Oh. And it never happened. I think I remember that part. Nice. That was like the one thing that I didn't like.
But did they make it like look like it's gonna be a sequel?
They actually kind of did.
Because I remember like the cartoon didn't have that feeling of a sequel.
Yeah, so at the end, I guess when Aladdin kind of like tricks him into making his last wish to be a genie, so that he could be the most powerful being in the universe. So at that part, when he becomes a genie, he gets sucked back into the lamp. He says like, "This isn't the last you'll see of me. I'll be back," or blah blah blah. So it kind of sounded like, I know it's Aladdin, but there was also, we know that there was Aladdin sequels. So it kind of sounded like they're maybe trying to see if they could make a sequel off of it.
But they're gonna try. Because honestly, like, I know you said you haven't seen the second one for something.
No, I haven't seen the original
one. Which is way better. Like, it's a badass sequel, not like other Disney cartoon movies. Because this one had like a good actual, same cast and everything. I think it's just better story. Had like, it's a little longer. Like a little more like villainous into it. Yeah. I that's the one I remember. I was just like, oh shit, like I remember Jafar's. And then the other ones I've never seen it because I know there's like 2 more movies and then the cartoon.
There's some other ones after it.
I saw straight to Disney movies.
Yeah. Disney Channel. I see this thing that I never watched. I never knew that there was an Aladdin 2. I think I knew it, but I never really paid much attention to it. Actually,
that's the only one that made it big. Because it is really praised. Yeah. And it's good. Like I was saying, it's not. I don't know. I don't think they should do like. They're gonna use Disney Plus like.
I hope not. Like like I said, I really like the movie. I like what they did with it.
Except the ending.
Like the ending, that was the one complaint I had of the whole film. But overall, like I liked it. Like it was just that part. Everything else, it ended good. They had like little twists here and there because it obviously like if you're a fan of the original animated film, you're watching it thinking oh I know what's happening next. Right. And then it kind of happens, but not exactly the way you pictured it. So, I like that they did that. It wasn't just, like, exactly predictable and what was happening and whatnot. But I mean, overall, dude, I liked it a lot. The songs were really good. I like how they changed the songs to make them a little bit more modern.
Was them singing, like, their voices, or?
Yeah, no. So that's the thing that I heard too. That it was actually the actual actors and actresses. Sorry, who sang the songs. Will Smith sang his songs. Naomi Scott sang her songs, and the guy Manu Masada, I guess he sang his songs too. Their voices aren't bad. Like, I didn't know that girl could sing. And I don't know about him. This is the first time I've ever heard of him. But I
didn't know either.
The song sounded good. Like, they didn't sound bad. And then, I mean, A Whole New World. That song is like A+. That's probably the best song that Alan Menken's ever written, composed.
Oh, that's so mean.
It's true, dude. That guy, like, for those people who don't know, he's composed a lot of stuff for Disney. He does a lot of the Disney movie songs.
It's the second Danny Elfman?
Basically. That dude's like an all-time, like, composing god for them. But to me, that's my favorite song that he's ever composed. But it was really good. I like the way that they sang it. I like the way what they did with it. They modernized it a little bit, changed little things here and there.
I don't think like it would have made it as big.
No, if it did it the exact same way as the animated one, it doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't, just because how kids are now, and
like, I mean, it wasn't like freaking trap music or like Migos like, style or anything like that. It's still
like they need to make us change just because of the.
No, yeah, like the instrumentation of it was a little bit different. They added some stuff here and there. There's a couple harmonies here and there. I was like, oh, I see what you did there. But it was cool. Dude, honestly, it was. During that part, I was just like, oh my god. That sequence is cool when they're on the carpet. It looks really cool. That was actually, so when I was watching other people, I watched some reviews off Collider and IGN, and they talked a lot about the visual effects of the film. That was kind of the one thing like I saw too. I was like, I could see why they would complain about it, but it wasn't like a huge deal. Because, I mean, I think with this movie, you don't really care too much about it. You're more interested in the actual story of the characters. That's what they did a good job with.
I'm like that, though.
But, like, so there's the beginning. If that's your thing, the beginning, you're going to see it like, okay, I can tell that's fake. You can tell, like, there's green screen.
Oh, that's because, like,
when they're, like, so when they open up the scene, like, in Jordan, that's where the movie takes place, I guess. Well,
shout out to Jordan.
The real life Aladdin world where they shot it. That's where Agrabah is taking place. They based it off all that, and when the beginning, when Aladdin's running through the streets, running away from the guards, you can tell like this is a lot of green screen stuff and all that kind of stuff. So that was part of it, and then also the Cave of Wonders. There's a section.
That's all gonna be with every remake they're trying to make.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a lot of CGI. But I mean, it's not like it was bad. Like I honestly, like I said, it was really good. It didn't bother me to the point where I was like, this movie sucks.
I just noticed it because like I'll pay attention to like random shit. Because, like, make examples, like, one of the worst movie ever, like, green screen is Narnia. And you can see, like, hardcore, like, under outline. Or, like, oh, that's fucking green screen. How did this guy...
Hey, man. At least they didn't have water bottles and coffee cups just laid out in the middle of the scene.
Yeah. But they fixed it. But that was fixed, though. Like, in Narnia, you buy the Blu-ray, like, and he still has it. Because the only reason I know, because my cousin, when I used to take care of my nephews... I was watching it with them. I was like, they never removed it. Like, it's still like there, the outline of the green screen. Like, I get it when you you mess up, but
that's the thing. Like, you can't tell that it's not that bad, but like, there's parts where you can tell they make the transition from live to like a CGI character, or like when they're running on the streets, you can tell which buildings aren't actually there, like what rooftops aren't actually there.
Does Will Smith look weird being blue? Like
the who?
Like the genie being blue around them. That was my main thing. Like. Because the cartoon is easy, like do it. But
I mean,
like, it just doesn't
that's all CGI.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't like have like a big ass break where like.
No.
Like so CGI. That
No. It's nothing like where you can tell like, oh, that sucks. Like he looks terrible. He actually, I like the way he looked, and then, because actually half of the movie. He's in his natural skin tone character, Will Smith.
I figured that they have to do that.
When he's in the cave, that's probably the most that you see him. The cave and like towards the end where he becomes Jafar's genie. That's the most you actually see him as Blue Genie. Besides that, he's like an actual just live person character, just Will Smith. Oh, yeah. But I like the way that they did it. I like the way they handled it. It wasn't bad. That was actually the really cool part too, because like in the cartoon, he just like moves here and there, like nothing, and that looks really good in here. Like I thought that was gonna look bad. That looked a lot better than a lot of the other visual stuff that I didn't like. So it was like, which I thought doesn't make sense, because I thought that'd be the hardest part besides the like buildings and stuff.
I think they focus on that because like people.
Because that's the main part of him.
Yeah, but people complaining about first how. It doesn't waste any blue. Like, what's the fucking picture, too?
Well, I mean, people are always going to complain. You can't please everybody. But, I mean, speaking for me, like, a big fan of that one, I liked it. I actually really, really liked it. I was very happy with what they did with it. I don't think they've really done a live action film from an animated movie that hasn't really been bad. I think they have like a good formula down
the
to
one that
it.
I want to see, but I just didn't. I wanted to see on the big screen is Pete the Dragon.
Oh, I didn't see that one actually, but I heard it was really bad actually.
That was actually remember Pete. I have the VHS and I used to like
never saw that movie. I never saw that movie.
Not like I was like, oh fuck, but because it's not the Calvary. Because it's a great movie. People don't like that one either.
That's the only thing I don't get. I would think that they'd be focusing more on the movies that they know are like huge hits in terms of animations.
The Dragon was like at the beginning was great. Like it was like a huge movie.
Mm.
It was like cause it was like also the animation. It was live action animation, and it was really huge at the time. But nobody remembered. Like you had to be growing up with that movie.
No, yeah, I never watched that movie. I think that's one of these movies I never watched.
The only reason I watched it is because like we had it like growing up. My dad's like really like loves a lot of like cartoons and that.
Yeah.
That's why I actually have the original VHS for Felix the Cat. So I love Felix the Cat. But I wanted to see it. It's on Netflix, but every time I was like, oh no, I don't want to.
No, I never.
But then the Jungle Book, that one I have like a lot of complaints on that one.
Why?
It's just like the voices are so iconic that I just like see them.
Well, I mean.
And like a lot of things, I'm just like.
I think with these movies, you have to go into it.
Oh no, yeah, I know, but
with like a blank slate, you can't be expecting what you saw as a kid.
Oh no.
Because obviously, I have to say.
I actually do like more.
Because I think I get that too. Like when there's cartoons that I watched when I was little, like Pokemon, for instance. I remember specific voices for certain characters, and now when I go back and see like some cartoons and stuff, like Pokemon, I hear Ash. I'm like, who the f is that?
It's not an
That's
actual
not
guy.
Ash.
That's an actual guy.
That's an actual dude. It's not a girl. What the hell is going on? I want the girl to play the boy.
All guys' voices in cartoons are girls.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, right? But they always play the little boys because they can hit the little. They can hit that little more.
Be like 20, 30 years now.
Ash should be
in the cartoons. There's
an actual video. I want a Pokemon where Ash is like 30 years old.
Dude, like they fucking reboot that show so many times.
Yeah, but
it's stupid because they like still try to reference things from the original series. But
no one's gonna know
doesn't make any sense because you're supposed to reboot the series already.
No, but yeah, like I think that's the only thing. Like when you watch these movies, you have to go into thinking like. Obviously, you know the story of that, but I think that's the only thing you can really like compare, because the voices are always going to be different. The voices are going to be different. The style of music, the way they do it, visually, it's going to be different.
There wasn't really a lot of changes on their voices on the Jungle Book. Like some actors will like change a little bit of their voice for the character, and in that one, like all the voices were just them reading lines. Well,
that's the thing I find crazy too, because like. I get that you want actors to play these things because you want to express the emotion of the character, but a lot of times I'm like, I would have been better off, like some of them, with like finding a voice actor that can just kind of replicate a cartoonish voice on the character.
Oh, yeah.
Like on some of them. But, like, that was the thing. So in Aladdin, obviously in the cartoon, Abu doesn't talk, but the parrot does talk.
Oh, yeah. And this one does he talk too?
The parrot talks, but not as much, and not like he doesn't have Guilford Godfrey.
Yeah.
He doesn't do like the voicing like him. It's just like a normal parrot talking. Like he talks like a normal parrot when you hear them talking like at the zoo or whatever. But he talks.
That's the best part in the cartoon. Like.
So like that was like, obviously an adaptation that they made from the animation to the live action. But I think like it works. It worked for what it was. I didn't think it was bad.
So I'm trying to think the other guy that played Genie.
Robin Williams.
No, but the other guy that did the voice.
What did they
go? You know how like I like the game Kingdom Hearts and it has like a lot of Disney things.
Oh, there's a guy that does the voice for Genie in there.
And it's like perfectly like.
He sounds like Robin Williams.
Like he sounds like it. Not like it. Like it doesn't have that like character voice, but it's really close. And I'm just like that guy should have been someone to think about. Like same thing with the.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense if they're gonna do like a cartoonish one, but because of the way they did the Genie, it worked perfectly fine with what Will Smith was.
Like
so I mean,
like I have to see it, of course, but I'm
like they even give the Genie like a good twist and kind of like an additional happy ending to what he originally had. Like when you see it, you're gonna be like, "What the hell?" But it's cool. Like I liked what they did with him, and they made him more human in this one than in the last one.
Well, they had to. Like I think this is one of the few movies they're gonna have to do.
Yeah, because in the cartoon, like he ended up still just being blue and flew away, and like he's still a genie with his powers, but he's not a slave anymore as a genie. And this one, he ends up actually just being like a human being, and that's the cool part. They gave him like a good ending, so that's what I liked about it too.
Because I think one of the few things for the remakes they're doing, or it's that like that's one of them that I had to like focus a lot on changing, like stuff. Because I'm thinking like what other like Maleficent, I like that movie.
Oh, that movie was good.
Yeah, especially because they portrayed the girl, the little what's her Cinderella? Is it?
Aurora,
yeah. That she's actually like a young kid.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, this thing's really fucked up if you think of. I don't know how they're gonna do Little Mermaid. She's 14.
That's actually true. I never thought about that.
Yeah, because you think all the movies, like all the Disney princesses, like are way.
They're all way underage.
Like
but I mean, when you think about it, that's how it used to be, though.
But like for them to like.
They were like promised to be married by the time they were 12. So, I mean, that's the world that they used to live in. But
they also like say they're gonna do a Maleficent movie. But
yeah, the trailer already came out for the second one.
Oh, it comes out in there.
I think it's called I don't even remember. Maleficent. I want to say Mistress of Darkness, but I think that's probably wrong. They already released a trailer. I can't remember what it was about.
Like how many? Like it's that one. They done Maleficent, which I like because it wasn't like your classic.
Oh, Mistress of Evil. Sorry, like Mistress of Evil.
Classic Cinderella story.
So they did the Cinderella. They've done Cinderella. Kind of did Sleeping Beauty. They did Maleficent with it.
Cinderella.
They did Beauty and the Beast. The one I'm surprised that they haven't done is Snow White.
Oh, because that's also like another. I think that's gonna be harder to do.
It's harder, but it doesn't make sense to me that they haven't done it because that was Walt Disney's first like full length animated feature.
Why they don't want
so I'm like, why haven't you guys done that one?
They haven't found something.
They're obviously apparently I guess really afraid to do it.
Because it's 7 princesses, no? I don't know.
There's a lot of princesses at this point.
The main ones. Like,
well, I mean, it'd be.
They count Alice as a princess.
It'd be.
Alice? No, yeah, they count it as.
She's not a princess.
They count it as like the original.
I ain't never see her at no princess parties.
Sorry, Alice. Which I don't know, like
that one. Oh, dude, that movie. The first one I liked.
The second one. I
was like, what the hell are these guys doing with it now? I think that's honestly the reason why they shouldn't do the sequels.
I think
just let it be.
Instead of having Tim Burton do this, just call American McGee and do all those. That's what I love, like their take on Alice, because I love I like their books, the Alice Madness, the Asylum, and the games are great, but. I would have liked to see more of that Alice. Or even Malice. Malice in Wonderland is a great movie, too. It's an independent movie, but, like, how they take the story, like, oh, fuck. Because they modernized the whole thing, and it's not, like, so fantasy.
Yeah, dude, well, I don't know. Like, I think when it comes to Disney, they need to be really, like, protective of what they're doing with these characters. Because, like I said, people grew up with these films, and they feel about it a certain way. Mm-hmm. So if you really screw it up, you're definitely, going to take a hit. I don't think they're gonna mess that one up because
it's just a lot of CGI.
It's a lot of CGI, but because they also brought back James Earl Jones. Yeah, that's my thing. I think that's gonna actually be the biggest part of the film that kind of helps it.
Whoopi Goldberg back? No.
Who?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg? I don't think so. Actually, I'm not sure.
Because that was the best. La Hyena.
I mean.
Honestly, I don't know. I just need that.
I don't think so. Honestly, I can't remember. The only ones I know it's. Oh, James Earl Jones is back as Mufasa. Donald Glover is playing Simba. Beyonce is playing Nala. Oh, the adult Nala. And I don't know who's playing the kid ones. Nala. Seth Rogen, I think, is Pumbaa.
Oh, yeah, it's Pumbaa. Which I heard, the little when they're singing.
Uh-huh. Oh, with
that fits his voice. I'm surprised, Eric Andre's in it.
Who?
Eric Andre. He's CC.
Oh, yeah.
Rafiki. Sasu, what's the name of that hyena?
Shoot, why can't I remember his name? Shenzi.
It's the girl from Black Panther.
That's her?
It is her, no?
No, that's not her. Oh, wait, it is her.
It is, see?
Well, it's one of the. Is it?
Yeah, it's her right hand.
Oh, yeah, it's
it's Ayo. Ayo or whatever.
No, that's not the right hand girl. Is it? I thought her name was something else. Oh man, I'm confusing people now.
Oh no, it's not her. Like it's one of them, but not her.
No, she's
She's like one of the.
She's one of the guards,
yeah.
but she's not the main one. She's not the one that we're thinking of.
I guess because like when they're like not, like because they're all like bald and she still has like the bald head.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was thinking.
No, that game is hard, but
I think that's.
I think they're gonna do a good job with it because I know that they know everyone has high expectations for that one, especially Aladdin. I'll be honest, like I don't think
a lot of people
were actually as excited for this one as they are for Lion King. Lion King is definitely a bigger film in terms of popularity.
Yeah, because I know they're also doing Mulan.
Yeah, they're also doing Mulan.
Cast and they're like, nah, it's not bad.
That one's actually
the cast is
good. I like the casting for that one.
Yeah, because it's IP man too.
But I think Lion King will be fine, especially because they have Jon Favreau doing it, and he did Jungle Book.
Yeah, I think that's.
And he did a good job with that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. Props to that kid for being the only actor in the whole
that's
fucking
crazy.
movie.
Can you imagine that? Being the only person, everything else being
out.
CGI, you're just there having
just talking to balls.
That's insane, dude. Balls. Yeah. But I think it'll be fine. I think.
I don't know what other movie. What other Disney movie like they're doing live action? Mulan's one of them.
They're doing Mulan. I have heard that they're gonna do Little Mermaid. I don't know. I don't know what the status of that one is, but I know that they are gonna do it.
For the longest time, but I don't know. That's like.
I honestly think they're gonna ride this train for a while. Like, the whole nostalgia thing is very big, and then the fact that they can bring these movies to live action now, it's gonna keep happening. It's just like I said, the one that I'm actually waiting for is well, besides like it's Snow White, because I'm really curious to see how they're gonna do that one, considering it was his first Disney animated film.
The only color animated film.
Yeah.
First, because the other ones they weren't in long.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the first full length feature film that actually was like that. But I'm curious to see how that one's gonna be, especially because that one's really short. It's only like an hour long. Yeah. The original was only an hour long.
That's true.
So they're obviously gonna have to add elements to it. So I just want to see what they would do with it. But
you know what which one I want them to do? The Fox and the Hunt. That movie's pretty good.
That movie's good. I like that one.
I used to watch that movie a lot.
That's probably like one of the movies a lot of people forget about. That one, you know which one people forget about a lot that I really liked? Oliver and Company.
Oh no, yeah, that's right.
That movie was really good. Oh, the Aristocats too. That's right.
I just want to see cats playing piano. Which I don't think they're made because it's kind of racist, that movie.
Yeah.
Most of their movies are.
I think a lot of those movies always have their little racial things.
All of their movies. I think that's why in this one they didn't have the. Because if you think about like that movie, it's actually pretty racist too. Aladdin.
Which one?
Aladdin.
Why?
Yeah, so like how they portray characters too.
Yeah.
But it was like when they were like toning it down. Like I think that's the perfect era when they were turning it down.
Mm.
But yeah, I think like one of the main things like clothing and all that.
But I don't know. I think I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm the bigger fan of Aladdin than you are.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
I have really worked this thing.
So, I mean, I think you'll like it. You're obviously probably not going to be as interested as the story as I was, because this movie.
That's why I want to rewatch the movie.
This movie was like, for me, always growing up, was one of my favorite ones from Disney. It still is.
Which is like that. Like for everybody thinks it's weird that my favorite Disney movie growing up was still Tron.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because we obviously have a different taste in what we like from one Disney movie.
If I think cartoons, I can't really think of a cartoon that I was like, whoa, The Fox and the Hunt, but that's because I used to watch.
You actually know which is another underrated Disney movie that a lot of people forget? Goofy movie.
No, I feel a lot of people like that things. That one, I can't ever read because.
I mean, they can't remake that one because it's Goofy. I don't know how they would look live action. Like, that'd be weird, but
like a hip hop movie.
Yeah, but that movie was that was fire. That was like one of my favorite movies. Like that, yeah, I still love those songs. That soundtrack is good.
I think just the second one.
No, I never watched the second one. Well, actually, no, I didn't watch it.
I watched it, but
I didn't like it as much. No way. But poor Max, dude, he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
I don't think they use Max for anything anymore. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of characters they don't use anymore.
No, like when you go to the parks, he never comes out. It's very rare that guy comes out, and that he even comes out in anything else. But he was like, that was one of my favorite ones growing up. I love that movie.
Which the other Disney, it's not really a Disney movie that I really remember. It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh, dude, that movie's so good. I love that movie. Well, it's licensed by them.
And licensed by WB and different.
They have the rights to it.
Yeah, now because the company doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. I love that movie. That movie was fun too. But
if they ever remake that, I'm gonna be pissed because that movie can't be remade.
They're probably not gonna remake it. I don't think so. That
movie's perfect.
That movie's already what it is.
It is everything. But yeah, like I cannot think of an animated other than the Fox and the Hunt. Like what's the other one?
I mean, I'll tell you this.
Oliver
and Company. The one that you said.
No, yeah, no, the one. I forgot.
Well,
a lot of mice doing it, and he travels the world. Forgot.
Oh, The Rescuers?
Yeah, The Rescuers. It's a good movie, too.
Yeah, I don't think they'll remake that one, though. That one wasn't... Well, it was pretty big, but I don't think it would play as well today.
But, yeah, I don't think they will be.
Because you can tell, dude, they're prying on the movies that they knew were big for, like, our generation at that point, that they know are still going to hit big. That there are still major IPs at the parks. That's what... I think that's why Snow White hasn't been done. Because I know for a fact, anytime I go to Disneyland, people don't get so crazy about Snow White. No, but they love like the other princesses.
I'm surprised with the Beauty and the Beast, but which I like she's my favorite princess just for
fire.
For just because she's one of the few people that's not like anything.
Yeah,
like
she is actually her own woman.
Yeah,
she's an independent woman who needs no man.
Needs a beast.
She needs a beast though.
He likes that. He likes that fairy stuff.
That one was really good. That too. That was another one that I was actually really excited for.
Yeah, because I think other things that I can like.
That one I love. Well, obviously because of the music. I'm a big person when it comes to the music. That's what gets me. The theme for the Beauty and the Beast is really good.
I don't know, something about the character of Belle.
And then what's his name? Luke Owen. I forgot the guy that played Gaston. He thought he was.
Oh, he was really good.
He was really good as Gaston. What's his name? Owen.
He was.
Crap.
He did a good Gaston, and then I liked how they portray that awkward sexuality between him and
LeFou.
How that was just like
they're saying I forgot the character that plays him. He's the guy it's the same guy that plays Olaf, but yeah, like he was apparently gay. The Olaf LeFou was gay and apparently like had a thing for Gaston. So I like that they did that because it makes sense.
Well, they modernized it. Like even then it was kind of weird, but
yeah, but now
more
like,
obvious. Like
it's more obvious. Like yeah, he's infatuated with Gaston. But
like I'm trying to think, like the only Disney thing that I really remember is just DuckTales, of course, and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, but
best thing ever.
I mean, those are obviously gonna be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and I have the NES game too.
Yeah,
for both of them.
But for sure, like I guarantee you, when it comes to making these live action ones, they're gonna stick to the IPs that they know are doing well still, like without having to make the movies, because they know that's what'll hit.
Yeah, because you're like Snow White.
Because Snow White, like I'm telling you, like whenever I go, like I don't really see too many people crazy about that princess, especially now, because all the little kids love Frozen. Oh, that's what they're all about. They love Elsa.
I think they're gonna make that later on into
what
live action.
Probably not, dude. They're coming out with Frozen 2 this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I don't think so. That one probably won't ever happen. At least not for like another 20 years, if it does happen ever. But
the thing is, like, you think these movies are gonna age good, like Aladdin?
Well, I actually think they will.
Yeah. Like, cause like for example, the cartoon they age good. Like
that's the thing. Like,
movie.
I think it's gonna age well because the kids that are gonna fall more in love with that one now, because they're used to this kind of film, are the little ones.
Yeah.
Like us, the reason like Aladdin as an animation, Lion King as animation, those age well because we watched them when we were little.
But even so, like you can show it to someone who's like, oh, it's pretty good.
Like it still lives up to it, but it's because you don't even see animated movies like Aladdin anymore. It's all 3D animation. That's all it is. It's all Pixar style 3D animation. That's all you see.
Which Toy Story 1 didn't age good at all.
Which one?
Toy Story 1.
Oh, because of the
animation. Like, it was I get it.
It was the first Pixar film. Come on.
No, the first picture was My Little Toaster. My Brave Little Toaster. That was the first picture.
But I mean 3D animation.
Oh yeah.
And like 3D, not 2D animated, like 3D animated.
Which Brave Little Toaster?
The Brave Little Toaster.
Dude, I love this movie.
I remember seeing the preview for it, but I never watched it.
You never watched? Those are great movies.
Brave Little Toaster.
They're pretty good movies, like. And they they age. It wasn't like full Disney, like it was when Pixar was still owned by Steve Jobs.
Yeah. Apple.
Well, yeah. Well, it was just his separate thing. It wasn't part of Apple. But it's just, you can see the difference. That's why they didn't age good, because they didn't have the resources of Disney.
The Disney, what they had to offer.
Yeah. But I still like those movies.
I never watched that one. But Toy Story, I love that movie, though, dude. As much, like, obviously, you see the animation now, you're like, you can see, like, the little tick, 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 tick.
I think it's because it bothers me. Just like the little.
But that movie to me is still up there.
Which is funny because the game aged better than the movie for Toy Story.
Which game?
The Toy Story game. It aged better.
I don't remember. Oh no, I do remember the Toy Story game.
PlayStation 1, it aged better than the movies.
That I remember that PlayStation game. That was a fun game actually.
The one on the NES, Super NES, is pretty good too. It's just hard. I don't have it actually. I have a bunch of Disney.
I used to play Toy Story. I forgot. I think I had it. One of my cousins had it, but we used to play the game all the time. That game was pretty hard, but it was fun.
The games were hard.
I think that's the thing. Like with, they don't really know how to make a bad movie. I think for the most part, Pixar.
No, I don't think.
I think. Oh, actually, that's not true. Cars 2 was absolutely terrible.
Oh yeah, Cars.
Cars 2 was bad.
You know what's the main thing that bothered me in Cars? Well, the one time they show the engines, I was like, this is like the worst thing ever seen. Like for an animated. Like yes, like simplify. Like I was like, you can simplify.
Like that's the funny thing. I see a lot of people always complaining about Pixar movies because like none of this makes any sense. How does a car do this? And I was like, you can't think about it like that.
No, I'm just like I know, but like they did. There's something where I don't remember what it was that I saw, and they show an engine. Like I was like, you can simplify an engine, be like, okay, it looks like an engine, but that one just looks stupid. And also makes me think of the Chevron cars because I have them. The Chevron gas station cars.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because I have the Etching one, and it's just everything's cars like you stole that from Chevron. God damn it, Disney. But no, like I don't think. Picture like Cars 1's alright. Like it's good.
Cars 1 was really good, dude.
I watched the third one.
Third one was good.
I was surprised because I was like after seeing.
Third one was really good. But like I think really the Pixar movie that comes to mind that I hated and like was Cars 2. It was so dumb. It was dumb. Like they tried to play too much off Mater of his popularity, and it's like you can't. He's not a leading character. Like he's that good sidekick character that you have, but he's not a leading character. Like that's the part that killed. That's why I didn't like it. It was just dumb that way.
Because there's way too many movies too though, to think about.
But no, dude, I think for the most part, that's why I like Disney. They take their time with their projects. They do pretty well with them. It's very rare that they come out with a bad movie. Obviously, all their like Tim Burton style movies that have been coming out lately. Those are the ones that haven't really been that good.
Which other Tim Burton?
Alice Through the Looking Glass, the Nutcracker. It just came out this past year.
I never seen that.
Like all this new kind of style, like Tim Burton movies that they're trying to make.
They rely on
like they're not good. Like the visuals are cool, but story wise, it's just terrible.
I think they should bring his team and not him. Because you know how, like, Number Before Christmas, it's not his movie, he's just a producer.
Yeah.
And it's a good movie, but it's not him. So
no.
I think that's what they need to do, like, just bring him as a producer, not as a
Yeah, that's what they should do, because
all the other ones,
like there was a movie that came out this past year. I can't remember what it's called. It was with Whoopi Goldberg was in it. Like, it sucked. It wasn't good. That one and the one that was actually, whenever they try to make movies off the theme park rides, they tried to make a movie off of Tomorrowland. That was kind of dumb. Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion was fucking.
It wasn't that great.
They tried to build a story out of nothing.
And then the only one that's worked has been Pirates of the Caribbean. That's the only one that's done really well. That was really good.
Which I like that. This is just me, because I'm a big Marlon Brando fan. Because I grew up with The Godfather, and the Black Pearl is the actual boat from the pirate. From Marlon Brando's movie.
I really didn't know that.
It's the same boat. It's the same ship. And that's why I like it a lot. That's why I like the first part. It's like, yeah.
Well, that I think to me that when they made that movie, that's when I was like, holy crap! Before like they're on another level now, because I think that was like their first real like big live action film. And it was I love that. That's my favorite Disney movie.
The trilogy is good, and then after that,
trilogy was awesome, but
after that they just like
fourth one. They tried to cash in on it. The fourth one was terrible.
The last one
was okay. It was better than the fourth one, but it still wasn't what it should have been.
Close it with the other characters.
The thing that I liked was that they brought back, even though they weren't in it that much, that freaking Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann weren't in it that much, but that they brought him back in it just to kind of give you that feel of the closing of that arc was good.
There's no more David Jones Locker.
Yeah, well, he died, dude.
Well, yeah, but like no one took over. Like
yeah, dude. Will Turner took over.
Yeah, but he got out.
Because they broke the trident and he broke all the curses. That was part of it.
But that was like a little bit like.
The only thing I didn't like, I hated it. Like Johnny Depp's character or freaking Jack Sparrow, it took it like a wrong turn for some reason. He had it perfect 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah, but then
4 and 5, it was like, what the hell are you doing, man?
But if you watch like after those movies, like you watch his house rules, it was the same. It was just Jack Sparrow and everything.
Yeah.
Which I hated because I love how like one of my John Dillinger's always been like a personal.
Oh,
hero.
dude, that
and
movie.
it pissed me off a lot because it's like why you like he was perfect for the role, but he just ruined it because it was just you're fucking Jack Sparrow, in trying to play John Dillinger. And it pissed me off. I was like, I love fucking John Dillinger. He's one of my personal heroes.
Dude, that movie was good though.
It's a good movie.
I liked what he did with John Dillinger. I liked the way he sounded.
Like, for me, it's just like you're still trying to play Jack, and it John Dillinger. Like if you see these documentaries and the way he was, it's just like it kind of pissed me off. And that's because like it's one of my. It's weird to say like one of my heroes.
That's not weird. I think as a guy, as a person, John Dillinger was really like a really good guy. He had his content. There was a reason he did what he did. And you saw that he was good. He was a good person. But obviously, I mean, in that time, he knew it was like, yo, man, I gotta do what I gotta do to survive, and that's what he did.
And he had like a lot of like big. He refused to be Walter Al Capone, which is back then you're like, holy shit, like he was a big guy. Like I was just like it kind of like. It bothered me how he portrayed it, just because I watched his documentaries, his stories, and all like how people talk about him and how he was. I was just like, you're playing too much Jack Sparrow in that character, and he kind of was just like, nah, dude, like you kind of, like you did good at first, and then just kind of slowly halfway in the movie, it's like it's just Jack Sparrow, not as strong.
I liked it. That was honestly one of my favorite Johnny Depp movies. Public Enemies. I really like what he did with it, but no, it's just like I really liked what he did with Jack Sparrow.
Oh, okay,
but then towards the fourth and the fifth one, it's like he got tired of playing the same Jack Sparrow, so he made him seem more just like clumsy and idiotic. Like in the first three, everyone thought he's a stupid pirate. Like this guy doesn't know what he's doing. But like in all the things that he does, it's like man, this guy's actually really smart. He like thinks about things and he has But like in the fourth and the fifth one, they made him look just like a deadbeat alcoholic that has no idea what's happening.
I think just. Also, because I think the main three were like an actual story arc, and he had a motive. Yeah. And then the other ones just like.
I mean, it might be that too. It might just be the writing for the scripts that they didn't really connect them, and he had no way of really making the character work.
He's really tired of it because it's. I don't know how many fucking.
Well, that's the thing that sucks now. That's the thing that sucks now, dude. No, so they were supposed to do another one, but because the last one didn't do well at all, they're apparently scrapping that era of pirates. Apparently, they're writing a whole new version, rebooting it and doing it differently, which I hope they don't do because they need to give that IP some time. Yeah, because for me, like that was like my favorite. That's always been my favorite Disney movie. I love the scenery, the actual story of it, the music of it is freaking awesome. Oh, yeah, the characters are amazing. But for them to like all of a sudden say, "Nah, we're gonna go and make a different one, and we're gonna do what we do," it's like, no, like don't do that. Like,
unless let it like a Rico bullshit, but.
No, I think they have to let it rest. I think that's the reason the fourth and the fifth one didn't do well because it didn't have the same feeling as the original trilogy, and you can tell they were just doing it because they knew they could make money off of it.
No, yeah, I think.
And that's the only problem I tend to have with Disney when they don't really do their projects because they know it can be a good project.
They're focusing to make.
They do it because they know they can make a profit off it.
Because another thing is like movies that were like that because you know how they wanted to reboot Harry Potter for. No, they've been saying it for a long time.
You mean to do the Cursed Child?
No, but the actual like reboot Harry Potter.
Really?
They wanted to do it, but then they started doing the
the Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, which thing that was like a.
They haven't done well at all.
But it's a good switch because it's not like we're rebooting it right away.
Yeah.
It's a good different story. I haven't seen them.
The first one I saw, it wasn't bad. I didn't see the second one.
I was just like, that's smart, just because they're not focusing on. Which they already announced they're gonna make the continuation to the original ones.
The Cursed Child?
Yeah, which is his son.
It's his son that is now. I don't know the story behind it. I know it's that play that J.K. Rowling wrote, and they released the screenplay as a book.
Which I thought was like weird,
and I never got a chance to. I never read the books. I've never been a book person.
First one, just because
I think I tried reading the book. I read the first chapter, and then that was it. I've always been more a movie person, but yeah, it's supposed to focus around his kid, and he's still involved with it. I guess like Harry is like the minister. He works for the Ministry of Magic. I don't know what he does exactly. No, but if they make it, it'll make money because obviously it's Harry Potter, and there's a lot of people that love Harry Potter.
It's like Star Wars.
But if they don't, as long as they don't do it like Fantastic Beasts, because I know the first one did okay. The second one I heard, what I've been seeing, didn't do well at all. A lot of people didn't like it.
I think it's like you have to be a fan of it. Like,
yeah, but it's because that's the thing. Like, they make it thinking that people are obviously gonna go watch because they're Harry Potter fans, but it's not Harry Potter. It's a whole different area, a whole different story, and it's way before Harry Potter happens. So, because you even see Dumbledore as a young guy, like he's in the.
I think that's why I was like the idea. I was like, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a better thing than just having, reboot the whole thing. But I'd say it's like how I feel about Star Wars. Like for me, like Star Wars is only 3 movies.
Yeah.
The original 3, not the prequels. As a kid, when I watched it, like, oh, okay, that was cool. Like, but then I was like, nah, story-wise, it was dumb.
Nah, like it's.
But now they're like, if you think about it, like Rogue One and all this, like they're just making it for the fans. Like.
Well, they're making it. That's this thing. I think.
I'm not saying that they're bad.
I think a lot of their intentions with Star Wars are in the right place. But some of times you're like, no, that's specifically because they want to like make money off of it.
I haven't seen Solo because I'm just like.
Obviously, the new trilogy is good. Force Awakens was good. Have definitely questionable with the Last Jedi. Hopefully, the third one.
Force Awakens, I liked it. Like I was like, okay, it's a good like. It still reminded me a lot of New Hope.
Yeah.
That was just the same movie.
Well, it was the same movie, but yeah.
No, but when I watched it again, it's like, oh, I can't. Like, it's a movie that I had to watch one time and that's it.
No, I think that one for me is definitely one I can watch over and over again. The Last Jedi was one that I couldn't watch again.
I fell asleep.
So the first time I watched it, I thought it was good, but I just hated what they did with a lot of the character arts that they built in Force Awakens, and they just killed it off right then and there. That's the thing that I hated. Like, they built up that anticipation, and it's just like that, and it was like, what the fuck, really? That's the best you could do with the story.
I was like, I told you, it's like when they asked me about those movies, it's like I saw it. That's all I can say.
No, like I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing with Star Wars. I think that's definitely a property that didn't have enough going for it that they could do a lot more with. Like they're doing the theme parks and all the movies.
Well, yeah, they're doing something with it, but I'm saying.
But yeah,
I just hope they finish. With
hopefully, well, J.J. Abrams has directed it again, the last one. So hopefully he did fix a lot of stuff, and apparently he did. But yeah, like the other ones that they made, like Rogue One, I actually really liked Rogue One.
Rogue One, I think it's
Rogue One was really good.
Force Awakens.
I don't know about that.
Because I was just like it fixed stuff for me to like. For the original, like I always say, like there's only 3 fucking Star Wars movies. Yeah, well, I like that they focus on that era of it, but Solo was okay. I haven't.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing. It could have had a lot more going for it.
Like I know they just ruined a lot of like the mythos of how he was.
Han Solo was.
Yeah, but like I haven't seen it. I have to watch it.
It's not bad. It's cool.
Had the chance to be like, okay, I want to sit down and watch it.
I don't know. I think, like I said, Disney obviously has a lot of resources. They know what they're doing intellectually when it comes to stories, and I think that's the thing that makes their movie so well. They know how to make a good story, but a lot of times, obviously, you can tell that they do it just to like keep the hype up, I guess.
That's because I think that was stupid. Like every year, like releasing a Star Wars movie. Like, oh, dude,
yeah.
Come on, like,
yeah, they have to give it some. They have to give it some. I think that's why Marvel did. That's why Marvel did so well, because even though
it's different characters, not
it's different characters also, but they space it out and they do it well with that. But
and everything's connected, which is like the smartest thing I've seen.
Yeah.
Like nowadays.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
Everything's connected.
To make everything connected, that was probably
like with TV shows, like little things, details, like they mentioned. It's like, oh yeah, everything's fucking connected.
It's true. That's what I'm saying. Like, I may hate on some things from Disney, but to me, they've always probably been like the epitome of what a movie studio should be. But I mean, like I said, I think they're gonna do well with all these live animated films now.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do.
I think they're not gonna be bad for the most part, especially the ones that they know people are gonna be very, very. They're not gonna pull a Sonic and
which they
a complete left turn. Yeah, they delayed the reopening
to next year,
till February 14th. Yeah, I saw that.
Take your dates to watch Sonic.
I know. So make your Valentine's Day plans early now. Get your Sonic Hedgehog tickets.
I was kidding. Gotta go fast.
But yeah, I mean overall.
Well, next break, I'll watch the movie. I'll try to watch the cartoon.
Yeah, I guess what we'll do with this one, because we kind of went a little bit long. Oh, and this one.
We'll do
We'll probably because this one wasn't this one next just to mean a review. We kind of talked about a lot of things, so this will be its own episode. We'll bring up what you think about Aladdin in the next one, and we'll get into the next movie, whatever we want to talk about next time. But overall, like I said, I love the movie. I love what they did with Aladdin. The characters were a little weird at the beginning. Questionable with the Aladdin casting, but he won me over. I felt him as Aladdin towards the end.
Because you're a big Disney whore.
I am a Disney whore. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very, very excited to go there in a couple weeks. Star Wars is gonna be badass.
I'll watch it. Like I say, yes, I'm already too invested.
Well, I'm talking about the theme park that they built.
Oh yeah, the theme park.
There,
Like,
that's
the
gonna be sick.
Wise, like I feel like.
Dude, I have a feeling it's gonna be really good. I know J.J. Abrams is like a huge Star Wars fan, and what he did with Force Awakens, obviously he basically remade A New Hope with new characters. But I think he's gonna bring the story to a close.
I just like I said now, like it's too late to be like I'm not gonna watch it. Like I just we're to spend too much time watching.
it. I mean, they're gonna make
like the prequel shit. Like,
everyone's gonna watch it,
like,
dude.
the between stories, I'm gonna be like. Like,
See, that's the funny thing. Like a lot of people will hate on it, but then you'll see them there in line to watch the movie. It's like, well, dude.
It's like when you read a series of books and you're like, already. Like,
yeah.
As much as I don't like it, I have like now I'm invested for closure or a series that you, like if you watch a show and you're like first episode and you stop there, like you're fine, but then you watch a whole season, you're like God damn it, I feel like I have to finish. Shit.
No, but I mean. I think. No, it was really good. I liked Aladdin a lot. Music was awesome. Characters were awesome. The visionary visuals was pretty cool to see. Agrabah in live action. Mm-hmm. Overall, I would honestly give it probably like a 7.5 out of 10.
And then the animated version one.
Well, the animated to me 10? Is a 10 out of 10. That one's like perfect. I don't think anything will ever beat it. I do love the new one, but I don't think anyone can beat the original. No. The original is just so far up there for me, especially as much as I love Will Smith's Genie. The fact that Robin Williams did the Genie as well as he did with, portraying him and so many different variations of the Genie in one movie, it's like, dude, nothing could ever beat that.
Oh, no, for sure.
Especially like, I don't know, so when they released Aladdin after he died on Blu-ray, that's when I bought it. They have on there like all his like outtakes of when he was voicing the character, and it's like, dude, that guy was just he was freaking genius, man. That guy was a freaking entertainment genius. Oh, that's his daughter's name, Zelda.
Because he's a big Legend of Zelda.
That's right. But
next time I'll watch the movie.
That's it. I guess hopefully by next time Alex will watch the movie. We can talk about it, see what he thought about it, and yeah, please like, comment, subscribe on our videos. Tell us what you think about what we're doing. If you have any suggestions about anything you guys want to hear us talk about, anything dumb we're gonna do, go follow us somewhere. Where can they find Cesar at? You forgot your Instagram name again? I did. CE Ramirez 3 on Instagram. Nice. And Alex 6 1948. And then I guess now we have. I put it on the last video. Okay, cool. You'll see it here, and it's 6FeetUnder Studios, because we're not just a podcast. We're gonna do other shit. We're gonna do other stuff. That's why I put the studio's name, because kind of keep it professional. It's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. We're gonna have a lot of videos. Be bigger than Disney. Just kidding. It's not gonna happen. No one's gonna be bigger than Disney. Disney Plus. Send me money. Send me money. Well, see you next time. All right. Buy Caesar's Premium. Buy some Firebolt. It's right here. All right. Don't mess it up. All right. Bye. Later.